Hello and welcome back to another Kids Talk Sports video. Today we will be going over the MVP results for the NBA. Three major finalists were Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, and Nikola Jokic. Abe, what are your thoughts on Jokic winning MVP?
I thought that after Curry lost those two playing games against the Lakers and against the Grizzlies, I thought it was locked because some people had Curry winning at first. That was before the playing games, obviously. And I thought he was going to win too, just because he was supposed to make the playoffs and he was scoring maybe 30 to 40 points every single night, carrying this team. But he eventually lost both of them. So he had two chances to get in and he didn't. So I thought it was a lock for Jokic. And with Embiid, I didn't think he was going to win. I thought he was a front runner I thought he was first place at one point. Just because he had some injuries. The injuries kind of set him back in the placement. So I thought that there was nobody else to compete with Jokic.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like Steph Curry, I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have won it, even with not winning the play-in games. Because he really did have an unbelievable season, but I mean, all of them did have that. Abe do you have the stats of how many votes each person had? Could you say those real quick?
Yeah, Nikola Jokic had 91, Curry had 5, and CP3 had 2. So that means he had more than Embiid. Mm-hmm. Embiid had 1 along with Giannis and D Rose. So each of those had 1.
Yeah. And we don't know how D Rose got a vote, but honestly, I feel like these were the top 3 finalists. Like that made sense to me. Jokic, I feel like he was very valuable for the Nuggets, obviously. Like I'm not mad. I think he deserved it for sure. I think definitely the main people that should have won it were Curry or him. So I'm not mad with the results. And I feel like also though he had a lot more points because Jamal Murray was injured. So obviously he gets more shots and all that stuff. And most of his teammates aren't that big of scorers besides like MPJ. But yeah, I don't feel like there's that much to talk about this. Any other thoughts about it?
I did have a couple comments about it. I think with Curry getting 5, I thought that was a little kind of less, especially with the huge gap between 91 and 5. Definitely. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous because he still carried this team even to where he was.
Yeah, that's a great point. I also thought that like 5 compared to 91, I didn't think it was that big of a gap for sure. I thought it would be closer to like maybe like I don't know, like 35 and 6 and 55 or something. I don't know about 90 and 5, but
yeah, because it's like, think about it this way, because like this means not Jokic had 91 and nobody even had more than 5, or nobody had double digits. Like, I mean, I understand that Jokic should have won, don't get me wrong, but it's like Curry didn't get at least 10. That's kind of ridiculous to me. And D Rose getting 1 is just
But then honestly, now that I think about it, I feel like Chris Paul also could have got maybe a few more because it is kind of underrated what he did there. Getting them the 2 seed after they didn't even make the playoffs the year before. I mean, that's clearly him who did that. That's kind of interesting that Jokic had 91 compared to like Curry having 5 and then the rest having 2 or 1. But then I feel like Embiid was kind of overshadowed there by Curry and Jokic because he also had a heck of a season. And then I just feel like he also didn't have that. I mean, Seth Curry was a scorer. Ben Simmons doesn't really score. So then again, he also could get a lot of points. Curry, obviously, the reason he had all those points is he had no scores on his team either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why they had such good stats. But yeah, I mean, they all carried the team. So, um, yeah, I feel like Nikola Jokic, that was a great win by him. I don't know how many other foreign players have won it.
I'm actually not. I mean, I think I don't know if you want to call Giannis a foreign player. He is
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Greece.
he is.
So I mean, I guess maybe more than people think, because
Yeah,
it's funny like how Jokic came from. Like Curry, he was a top 10 pick out of Davidson, and I'm not exactly sure where Embiid came from, but with Jokic, he was a second round pick, which is there's only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, so compared to NFL 7. Um, so literally a Taco Bell commercial was playing when he was
yeah,
drafted. So that I found that pretty funny. But
yeah. I mean,
it just shows you that in the NBA anything's possible because
yeah,
you have people like Jokic who went from second rounder to MVP, which
yeah,
is crazy to me.
yeah. And I mean, yeah, it is crazy. What I mean, the best thing about him is he's tall. He can do everything a big man can, but then he can also shoot threes. But what I like about his gameplay is he's bringing back like the big man, like what a big man used to do, where post up, that's all you do.
Mm.
And that's what he does a lot of. So I enjoy watching that. Unfortunately, he exited the playoffs pretty quickly, but I mean, I was going for the Suns, so it's not that unfortunate.
Yeah.
But and Denver is owned by Stan Kroenke, and St. Louis people don't like Stan Kroenke. So yeah, that's any final thoughts about the MVP finalists?
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you said about Jokic. Like he's a guy who can pass. I mean, he's a guy who can score and get your rebounds, which is what most centers can do if you're a legit center. I mean, at least now in this day and age. But one thing I think that separates him from other centers is that he has great passing ability.
Yeah,
He's kind of like a point guard in a way where he can get you. He can dribble the ball up and down the court. He can get your teammates the ball, and he can also get the rebounds. So he's kind of the initiator of the offense, and I think that's what separated him from the
yeah,
rest of the pack.
yeah. And then the last thing I want to say is also he is a team player. It's pretty clear. Like he's not just there to shoot the ball as much as
Mhm.
he can. So yeah, congrats to him on winning MVP. And yeah, that's it for this video. So make sure to share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.